Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Cynthia Goldsby Hunter, and I'm the founder and executive director of Tower of Faith Outreach. This year marks our 14th year. We're super excited to bring you our Denim and Diamonds, showcasing our girls who make this program work. I wanted to make sure that you guys knew exactly kind of who we are and some of the insights of some of the activities that we've been doing over the years and some of the sponsorship that you guys provide to us. I wanted to make sure that you got a chance firsthand to see that these are the things that could actually be impactful in our society because of these phenomenal young people that you see before you today. I'm going to go ahead and introduce you to our first diamond. Well, she's no longer a diamond because she graduated to an advisor. So I'm going to give it over for introduction to Jessica.
Hi, everybody. My name is Jessica Hunter. I'm an advisor for Tower of Faith Outreach and a part of Denim and Diamond. I'm the advisor for that as well. I attend Bissikura High School, and I'm a senior this year. And things that I enjoy doing is hanging out with my friends and family.
Very good. Thank you, Jessica. We have Deborah Jewell.
Hi, everyone. My name is Deborah Akamu, but you guys can call me DJ. I'm currently the president of HOSA, NHS, and also a Denim and Diamonds. I'm currently a senior at Frontier STEM Academy, and I've been involved with the Tower of Faith Outreach for 8 years now. Some things I enjoy doing, I love to spend time with my family, and I also love to work out.
Thank you, DJ. I now have Kelsey.
Hello, everybody. My name is Kelsey Hunter. I attend Bissikura High School, and I'm a junior. I'm also Denim and Diamonds secretary. And things I like doing in my free time is playing volleyball or hanging out with friends and family.
Okay. Thank you, Kelsey. I have Vikayo.
Hi, my name is Vikaya Akamu, but you guys can call me Vic. I am currently a freshman at Frontier STEM Academy. I've been a part of
So I think you lost connection, Vikayo. I'm not hearing you, so I'm going to come back to you because we definitely want to get your introduction. If I can get Jamaria, she's up next.
Hi, everybody. My name is Jamaria Roberts. I am class of 2027. I've been with Miss Hunter for a long time, since I believe third grade. I go to Dubisky Career High School. I love that place so much. And I'm also a leader of my church, and I love dogs so much.
Thank you, Jamaria. We're going to throw it back to you, Vikayo. Let's give it another shot.
Okay, my name is Vikaya Akamu. I'm currently a ninth grader at Frontier STEM Academy. I've been a part of Denim and Diamonds for 8 years now, and the things I enjoy doing in my free time are reading and doing a lot of cardio.
Very nice. Thank you, Vikayo. We have Daly.
Hello, I'm Daly Hodge. I am going to be a senior this year at Northwest High School. I'm in my media program in high school, and I'm setting up to go into journalism and major in that in college. I enjoy doing track in my free time and playing volleyball.
Thank you, Daly. We have Kimberly.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kimberly Hernandez, and I attend Trinidad Garza Early College High School, and I'm a part of National Honor Society, and I'm an officer for the Culinary Club, and I like to listen to music and go on walks in my free time.
Okay. Thank you, Kimberly. And last but not least, we have Alyssa.
Hello, my name's Alyssa. I will be a senior at DeSoto High School. I love hanging with friends and family, and I also like working out.
Okay. Very good. Thank you, Alyssa. And I just want to make sure I'm checking and balancing myself. Did I get everyone? Thumbs up. I got everyone. All right. Very good. Let's get started. Are we ready, Jessica?
Yes.
First question goes to you.
Okay.
First question goes to you. The question says, what does being a part of this empowerment group mean to you?
Um, what this organization means to me, it means honestly the world to me. I honestly enjoy being in a room full of amazing and powerful women, like powerful girls that pretty much are inspiring and just pretty much just overall I've grown with over the years, whether it's been for a short period of time or a long period of time. I honestly enjoy being with a group full of amazing ladies and just pretty much getting to express my feelings and tell you guys about myself and you guys leaning on me as well as your advisor. I just think it's honestly mean a lot to me. So I love
Awesome.
being there.
Okay, yeah. And you could say women, young women, because,
Right.
unfortunately for most of us parentals, you guys have grown up from these little girls we had, and you're now young women. So thank you, Jessica. Next
Mhm.
question is for, she just moved. It was Alyssa, but next question goes to DJ. Okay, DJ, the question says, how has your confidence changed since joining the organization?
That's a great question. Honestly, being in this organization has allowed me to recognize my self-worth. And I feel like if you don't know your self-worth, it's hard to have a sufficient amount of self-confidence. So being in this organization has allowed me to see myself for who I really am, not for who just people tell me I am. And that has significantly boosted my self-confidence. And that's something that I will keep with me and cherish forever. And I'm very grateful for this organization specifically for that reason.
Awesome. Thank you, DJ. Kelsey, can you describe a time? Can you describe a time you overcame a fear or challenge through support from the group?
I would just say that with Denim and Diamonds, there's a lot of new people that we meet and everything.
Mhm.
And I I'm an introvert, extrovert, ambivert. Um, so it just depends. So meeting new people can be scary to me, but um with Denim and Diamonds, it has helped me like grow and be able to come out of my comfort zone and just be able to talk to people and yeah.
Okay. All right. Very good. Next person I see is Vikayo. Vikayo, what have you learned about self-love and self-worth since joining the organization?
First joined, I like to think that my self-worth was not very high, but going through Denim and Diamonds, I learned that my self-worth really depends on who I am and how I value myself, and not to base it off others people's what they think of me, other people's opinion of me. And that self-worth also gained through that self-worth just growing is also the self-love and the self-care. And that is just what's helped me throughout my entirety of Denim and Diamonds. And I think that's what's going to help me throughout the rest of my life and career and as I continue to grow.
Okay. Thank you. I have Daily. And the question is, how has your voice or ability to speak up changed since being a part of the organization?
I feel like when I first joined, I was kind of like shy and I was like kind of off to myself, really only talked to Kelsey. But then all the girls are so welcoming and I had to flourish. Like they're so kind and so sweet. So it made me flourish and made me become a little bit less of an introvert and more of a extrovert around these people. So, yeah.
All right. Thank you, Daily. So this one's going to be talking about leadership, you guys. And quite naturally, I want to jump over to Alyssa. So as it relates to leadership, how has this organization helped you discover your strength?
To be honest, in its entirety, this organization has really like for all the girls has been able to bring a lot of strengths out of people, whether that's like being active wise or just from personality wise. Um, I wasn't really like a talkative person, which was kind of a weakness for me. And ever since I have joined, I feel like I've grown into being more talkative, into having a lot better of a communication with these girls and outside of the organization.
Okay. Thank you, Alyssa. Did you answer your question, Lauren?
No, I haven't.
Okay, well, very good because you're up next. So the question is, what leadership roles have you taken on and or other programs you've been involved in with Tower of Faith, and how have they shaped you?
For starters, the leadership roles I feel like I've taken upon was like leading group activities or just helping out like new people, like showing them what to do and stuff like that. And as well as I've been a part of some programs with Tower Faith Outreach, like the women's program and just meeting new people and just like understanding different like organizations and just different connections just being brought up. And yeah, I think my leadership skill was just like coming out after me just finding it, and so it was just like this organization just helped me just like bring it out fully and just keep preparing it.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Lauren. So, Kimberly, okay. So, has this program changed your view of your purpose or goals in life?
Yes, it has. This program has led me to just want to chase more and not just the bare minimum and just want more for myself to be successful in life. For example, I didn't really pay attention of what I wanted to be when I grew up because I was like, that's so far away. But this program, like Denim and Diamonds, when we went to the camp trip and we talked a lot about college, and that led me like to know what lifestyle I want and what job, and that just really helped me,
Awesome.
just open my eyes.
Thank you, Kimberly. Did I grab everybody except you, Kelsey? Or did I get you?
You already got me.
Okay, very good.
I didn't
So
go.
this is our round two. So did I get you, Jamaria?
Okay.
Okay. So I don't know what happened with the drop, but I do apologize. So Jamaria, this will be very befitting for you. So the question is, what does being a leader mean to you today compared to when you started?
That's a very good question. I would say being a leader today means that being patient with people around you, being able to communicate to people in a professional type of way. As to when I was younger, I just thought that, being a leader just means to lead the line,
Mhm,
to just take everybody to the classroom.
mhm. Okay, thank you. All right, so now I want to talk about sisterhood and mentorship. A lot of our program has to do with you basically shadowing or assisting and helping other folks kind of capitalize on who you are and some of the things that you've learned and grown, and just basically shadowing and showing them the way. Okay, so back on you, Jessica, and then DJ. Okay, so
Okay.
Jessica, how would you describe the sisterhood you've built here?
The sisterhood I've built here, honestly, I would describe it as it has been an amazing experience and still more to come. What's it called? Growing up, it's always been me and my sister, and I love like just the bonded energy that me and my sister have has been amazing. But just to have more sisters in my corner that I could call on, and then just to hear me out, or just want to hang out, or just want to see and check on me, that means like a lot to me. And pretty much just getting that experience on it, not only just hearing them on a emotional level, but on a spiritual level too. These girls have pretty much like seen me grow over the years that I've been in this program. And it honestly means a lot to me that having a sister that I can call in my corner to these girls. So it's honestly an amazing experience. And I just love and enjoy being with each and every one of them.
Okay, thank you. So, DJ, what does it feel like to be surrounded by other young women with similar goals?
Okay, honestly, it feels very empowering and encouraging. Being surrounded with like-minded individuals I feel like it helps me to build discipline, not only to rely on motivation because we're all able to hold each other accountable and, just look out for each other as like-minded sisters. So
Okay, thank you. Kelsey, we have a lot of people in the organization, whether it's mentors or advisors or whether it's parents or whomever, right? Or sponsors or supporters. The question is, who in the organization has inspired you the most and why?
For me personally, I would say that you've inspired me the most. Just because of just seeing how much you've grown and like how much Tower of Faith has grown over the past 12, 14 years. Um, just seeing all of the new things that there are to come and all of the opportunities and everything that come with it. So, yeah.
Thank you. So I have Vakayo and then Daily. Okay. So the question is, what advice, Vakayo, would you give a girl just joining the program?
Um, the advice I would give a girl just joining the program would be to be sociable, to network, and to talk to people. Because I feel that in this program, the more you're sociable and the more you talk with people, the more you yourself benefit. And it just gives you that sisterhood and it opens you up to new doors and possibilities that you originally wouldn't have. But through talking and communicating and opening yourself up, you now get to have the ability to go through those doors and have those challenges.
Okay. Thank you. So Daily, so this question goes to you. It's about spiritual and emotional growth. How has your spiritual life changed since you've been a part of the program?
I met you through church, and when I joined the group, I was still kind of shy, but knowing that I have these young ladies on my side whenever I need help with anything spiritually, and whenever I'm going through a tough time or whenever I'm going under an attack, I know I have some girls to back me up whenever I need it, and I think that that's been really helpful through my spiritual journey.
Okay, thank you. So this one goes back to leadership. And I know, Alyssa, you've been with us for a while. And so we've kind of all grown up together. So have you mentored someone else in the program? And if so, what was that experience like?
I have mentored someone else before. Most if when I do mentor, it's usually younger ages. The experience is it's a learning process for me and for them. We're both, getting to know each other. We're both helping each other out with different things, whether I'm teaching them and then I'm, learning how to be able to teach them as well. Um, the whole experience is very great. Like I love it.
Okay, thank you. So Lauren, and then Kimberly, and then Jamaria. So Lauren, this question says, how has the program helped you manage stress, emotions, or life changes?
Um, the program helped me because there's been different resources, like different conversations with um adults. Like every Sunday we would have these special meetings where we would have ladies come out to us and just talk about us and managing stress and just managing friendships and all of the above. And I feel like I took some of those things that we learned and I put them to use with my life. And it just really helped me because I've learned how to manage and just multitask and all of the above. So,
Okay, thank you. Kimberly, how do you now deal with negative thoughts or self-doubt?
Um, well, I like to go back and think about the lessons we were taught in the organizations such as Denim and Diamonds. For example, if I'm stressed, time management is a really big skill that we learn. Or if I'm not feeling like I'm being like my self-worth is being doubted, I'll look back at the self-worth lessons
Okay.
just to improve myself.
Okay. Thank you, Kimberly. And the final question is for you, Jamaria. Has this program changed the way you view yourself as a young woman of value?
Absolutely. Because when I first came to like Girl Scouts, I was really close to myself and kind of only to myself. So, living and growing through Miss Hunter, I've learned to value myself more, to understand myself more, and also the people around me, the mentors, my friends have helped me understand my value as myself. So,
Okay.
yes.
Thank you. So now this is off of the script, right? And so I want to get your true reaction to this question. And so I'm not going to say Jessica, DJ. I just want you to basically do what you do and kind of vibe with each other and kind of go as you are led to go. Okay. So this is really quick. I have about 7 more minutes before the microphone is tossed to you ladies. And so my question for the group as a whole, if I asked you one thing that was major or memorable or hilarious that has happened over the time in this group, what would you share? One of the most memorable things about being a part of D&D, one of the most funniest things about being a part of D&D, one of the most impactful things. That one thing, it can be out of all that stuff. It could be funny, it could be life changing, it could be whatever. What is one thing that Jessica will always remember, or that DJ will always remember, or was the most hilarious thing to you? That one thing.
Something that was the most memorable thing for me. It had a really big impact that I'm still feeling now. And to be quite honest, I feel like I'll feel it for, I don't know, for the foreseeable future. Was we did a workshop, and in my feelings workshop, and it was the best workshop I've ever been to. Well, I've been to workshops, I've been to things to help me, and that was the only one where I can clearly say I walked out of there a completely different person than when I came in. And that was major for me. And reaching out to people, that was major for me, and becoming a new person. So that workshop was the most memorable and major thing I've ever felt being a part of Denim and Diamonds.
Very good. Let's go. Who's
I
next?
would say I would say the most ro- memorable things in Denim and Diamonds has always been the crossovers, because it's always a feeling of not even like just graduating from like the one grade to another grade, but graduating from one season to the next season with my sisters. It's always been a really big feeling that I will always remember.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Thank you for
Um,
sharing, Maria. No, I was
I
just
was
saying, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, both of those, I would also like keep for future. Another thing is our summer camp when we went to Oklahoma. It was a great bonding experience for everyone. I was able to connect with my sisters. I was able to also get educated on like finances and like a whole bunch of other things that really, I'm pretty sure, helped everybody there for their future.
Thank you, Alyssa.
Um, Honestly, all three of those are like really memorable. Like I think those were my top three favorite things. Um, I feel like after those three things, I feel like it's the meetings every Sunday. Like me catching up with all of my sisters because I haven't like seen them in like weeks or whatever. I think it's just like really memorable because I just catch up and just be like, oh, how's your week going? Or like just what's new and like, popping with your life and stuff like that. So yeah.
Yeah, very good. Thank you, Lauren.
For me, it would probably be I don't even know. It was that one time we ended up coming over, like everybody came to the house and we made the house like a restaurant. And it was like we made like chicken, collard greens, all that. And we had the parents set up in the garage. It was like tables, like it was a restaurant and everything. And we would just go out, take everybody's order, come back inside. And yeah. So that was probably the most memorable, fun time for me.
Mm-hmm.
Mine is kind of similar to what Alyssa said. I remember at our Oklahoma summer camp, I think it was, I don't know if we were doing s'mores, but we were in the backyard, and then we saw a deer. We saw a deer. That was just hilarious. At the moment, I was horrified, but that was hilarious. I would never ever forget that day. It was so funny.
I don't think any of us will forget that day. Thank you. Thank you, Kelsey. Thank you, DJ.
Mine as well was a memory from the Oklahoma trip. When we all dressed up in like the flower necklaces and and the grass skirts. I thought that was really cute. And then we made TikToks. That was fun. That was a really fun bonding moment with every one of the girls.
Thank you. Was that everybody?
Okay, my favorite. I have a question before I say mine. Sorry. What's it called? Because I have like top two, so it's like that's what's bothering me. Like I can't say my top two real quick, or I only can say one.
Quickly, Jay, go.
Okay, my first one is my favorite one was me and Alyssa's crossover. That one was like my favorite memorable moment. Like I loved it. Like I love that we were able to get crossover and everything like that. But able to get crossover with one of my best friends, that meant absolute world to me. Like it felt like a moment that it was like you're not a alone moment, and then she wasn't alone either. So that really meant a lot to me. It was a memorable moment that I honestly enjoyed. The second one is whenever we were in Oklahoma in the water fight, and then it was we were fighting in the water. I'm sorry, listen. I thought that was too funny. I ain't gonna lie, but that was my favorite part. I'm done. I just want to say that. That was my favorite memorable part. But yeah.
You guys know what has to happen. We have to go back to Oklahoma just so Daly can have a real water fight.
Hey!
Yes. They could tell you some stories, I'm sure, Daly, but I won't even get them to tell it any deeper on here. It was amazing, but it was.
When you want some stories, you call me. It
was good. You can actually call any of this panel because it was
for real.
It was funny. Okay, did I get everybody? Going once, twice. All right. Microphone has been passed. So now I am done interviewing. You guys did an amazing job. I'm clapping, 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 clapping. You did so great. So now your turn to put me in the hot spot. What is it that you want to know? What information did you come up with that you wanted to ask me that I can kind of shed light on about my journey? So I'll start with Jessica, and then I see you next, Daly. So I'm going to pass it to Jessica, then Daly, then Vakayo, in that order.
Okay. So one of my first questions is, would you be able, what is one of your memorable moments that strengthen your faith through Tower Faith?
As an organization as a whole, I think the biggest thing that strengthened my faith in Tower of Faith was during COVID. When COVID happened, we were able to bless senior citizens. We collected funds, and for those first 6 months of COVID, we were able to make sure they had their essential goods delivered to their homes. And it was for several senior citizens throughout Alabama, through Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, and just all these other places. And that's just to name a few. I think it was about maybe 12 states that were represented with senior citizens. And we had sponsorship to do that from our prayer warrior team. So that strengthened my faith, just how people of God pulled together just to help one another. That was one of them. Mm-hmm. Okay.
How has this program contributed to you as a parent and a sponsor?
Oh, it's everything. I mean, it gave me an opportunity to be mom and auntie to several of you guys, and it has been one of the things that I take the most pride in, to be honest with you, because I couldn't have done any of it if you guys weren't willing, if you guys weren't participating, and if you didn't have parents who were open enough to allow me to be a part of your family. So, you guys have strengthened it for me. Okay.
How has your definition of success evolved since you founded this organization?
You know, a nonprofit, right? You don't think about nonprofit and being rich, because nonprofit simply equates to non-profit. There's no profit. There's no, oh yeah, I'm gonna be making some bank. It was never about that with this organization. Myself, I've always been in corporate America, always knew what that looked like, and always been blessed financially that way. Me and my husband to be in a space where we could just kind of do this and do that. Tower of Faith was more of a sacrifice. The sacrifice was, it wasn't about income. It wasn't about how much or what socioeconomic bracket. It was about how much could I serve? How much could I help? How many people in the community could I reach? How could I be impactful to the young people that were watching? And so it was my focus on material or money changed. It was all about what can I do to make the next generation better. Okay. Thank you, Vakayo. Okay. So now I have on my screen, I have DJ, I have Kelsey, and I have Kimberly. I think I got you already, DJ. I don't know why it's throwing you back up there. Didn't I get you already? Did I get DJ, you guys?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay. So DJ, Kelsey, and I see Kimberly.
Okay, Mrs. Hunter. Where do you see this organization in 5 more years?
In 5 more years, to be honest, DJ, I see this organization unrecognizable. We are working on some things right now as it relates to growth, as it relates to diversifying, as it relates to making sure that we're grabbing at a holistic approach to what our community needs in this space, in this season. And so that as it relates to funding, as it relates to submitting to corporate sponsorships and things like that, things that we never looked at in the past because we always have been a self-funded nonprofit organization, which means I went to work, Mr. Hunter went to work. I submitted to your parents, hey, we're going to camp, we're doing these things. I need you to write the check if you want them to participate. So we have always been self-funded. We took care of all of Tower of Faith business on our own dime, and with our parents and our sponsors and our supporters dime. That's what we did. Now in this new season, 5 years from now, I see corporate sponsorship. I see grants coming in. I see things of that nature being released, so we can not have like a lot of money, but have a lot of resources to do bigger and greater things with programs such as this.
What made you want to start Tower of Faith?
So as you know, Uncle Brandon was involved in an accident. You guys have all heard the story. I have a brother who was involved in an accident. They thought he was not going to make it, but he did make it. One of the things that God instructed me to do during the time where he was hospitalized or on life support or ventilator was to pray him home. And so out of obedience, we started a prayer line. That's all it was. It was a weekly Tuesday night prayer line. That's all it was. And from that stemmed Bible study. And from that stemmed D&D, Boots and Bowls, and Women Connected in Faith, and you know, the book club. It just kept growing. It just, the umbrella kept getting bigger and bigger, right? We kept doing all these things. So it started out just a prayer line in response to a need. You know, Uncle Brandon was on, you know, life support. And as a family, I was in Virginia. He was in Alabama. and all of our family was all over the rest of the world, right? And so we needed to do something collectively to come together. And the biggest thing that I felt I could do that would reach everywhere at the same time was talk to my Lord and Savior. So I reached out to God, and then he answered, because Brandon's still here. You know that. Uncle Brandon's still here, silly as ever, crazy as ever, fun as ever, but alive and healthy as ever.
Do you believe the Tower of Faith outreach has a strong community that supports and uplifts each other? And if so, why?
Oh, absolutely. Your parents are by far like the strongest people I've ever met. Many people didn't know during the time when Tower of Faith, COVID was happening. So many things were challenged in our community, not just in our community, but in our home personally. Personally, I don't think I was working at the time. But your parents were such a driving force, such a close knit of a family to my family, that we didn't miss any resources. We didn't miss any activities. We didn't miss a beat on how we brought forth the services of Tower of Faith. They made sure that if there was snacks needed, snacks were there. They made sure if we needed volunteers, volunteers were there. If we needed funds for something to go forth, they didn't mind pooling together to make it happen. If I needed a tutor or something, we called on the teachers and they were here. They were in the building. Churches, they were here. And so I think we definitely have a strong knit community. And that's why, because they've shown me, you always hear people say, I love you, I appreciate you, or whatever. It sounds good to say, you know what I'm saying? It sounds good to make that noise and talk. But when you show me, and that's what Tower of Faith is built on the backs of. We're a James kind of nonprofit organization. You hear me say that all the time. The scripture simply says faith without works is dead. You guys didn't show me hope or show me faith. You showed me works. You showed me works. Your parents showed works. They showed commitment. And that's how we were able to continue to thrive in the midst of nothing. Everybody was shutting down. Organizations were shutting down. Businesses were closing. We were killing the game. We were killing the game because we were out here for real, still praying for folks, still passing out water, you know what I mean? Still having tutoring sessions and making sure that our students weren't falling through the gaps and struggling and whatever. We were doing tutoring online for free. We did what we had to do. We did what we had to do, and it worked. And we had the type of parents, we had the type of leadership who were right there, the type of board of directors that made sure that they paid dues and things just to make sure we stayed afloat. We didn't miss a beat. It was like we grew in COVID. When people were struggling to sustain, we grew in COVID. So yeah, it was a God thing for me. Okay. So Lauren, Alyssa, who am I missing? Who did I get? Did I get everybody on this round of questions? Jamaria? Who didn't I get? Who didn't ask a question?
Me.
Alyssa, I'm gonna go with you, Jamaria, and Lauren in that order.
You have impacted so many female lives over the years with Tower of Faith. What are the two main things that you are going to miss?
You guys would be number one, if I have to be real honest. I'm definitely gonna miss you all. The water fights, watching you guys be silly, watching you guys be what a lot of times society say you're not supposed to be, kids. That's gonna be one of the biggest things that I'm gonna miss. The time that you guys are together when we're having things like she mentioned the workshop, the In My Feelings workshop, and one of your sisters began to cry and to lose it emotionally, and you rally around her. I can see the picture in my head. I won't call the girl's name out on here. I don't want to embarrass anybody. But it's nothing to be embarrassed about because she was having a genuine emotion. We had touched on the topic of some things, and it hit her really, really hard. And you guys rallied to her. And anybody know what I'm talking about? You guys rallied to her and loved on her. And I think in that moment I was seated and I got the picture. Things like that. I won't ever forget that. I won't ever forget that. Those were amazing moments to me. The other thing that is something that I will miss about the things that we've built and we've formulated here is the raw conversations that we have. some of the stuff that you guys have said to me, some of the secrets that I have gotten from this group, I appreciate the trust. I appreciate the trust. I took it serious and I kept that trust. And so,
Hi, Miss Andrew.
hi, Jamaria.
How has Denim and Diamond's mission statement give meaning to the organization?
So our mission statement has changed a bit over the years. It's gotten more in depth, right? But the essence of it still is building strong families through faith and works. Building strong families through faith and works. So basically, what that means is not only do we believe in God, that He is Almighty and that He is all about unifying and family and togetherness and not about divisiveness. We also believe that in order to do that and to stand on those type of principles, we have to do something, right? And our something was workshops. Our something was whatever it was. It was taking y'all on college tours. It was whatever we needed to do to get the point across that you do something. When you love a person, when you have vested time and effort and energies, and you believe that I can win and I can do great things and be successful, spend time and you love on me and you and you do all the things, right? And so, yeah, I think that what has happened in this time with us, we did all the things. We did all the things because it was important. And so our mission statement, we stayed true to our mission statement. We never stopped working. We never stopped giving. We never stopped serving. So.
Okay, so looking back to when you first made Tower of Faith outreach, what was the most personal experience or realization that made you fully commit to like making sure that TOFO outreach was a success and like permanent?
I feel like my relationship with God is really strong. And so, and I try to, none of us are perfect, right? None of us are perfect. I fall short every day, every day. But one of the things that I always try to do is I try to walk the way God wants me to walk. And I try to be obedient. And so I truly believe that God entrusted Tower of Faith into my care, right? He was like, listen, my little disobedient, hard-headed child. I want to gift you with this thing. Not because you're so great and you're so wonderful and amazing and because you know all of what you're doing. It's not because of that. It's because I can trust you with it. It's because I feel that you are obedient enough and foolish enough to do what I instructed you to do. And so I think that has been my thing, just coming to the realization, even when I wanted to give up in some times, because it can be expensive, right? Trying to run something that you already know is not going to turn a profit. You're supposed to be losing money to build a community. Who wants to sign up for that, right? But the ultimate was I knew that I was making a difference. I was making an impact. And then even in the times when I felt like I wasn't making a difference, making an impact, and then I would get a call or something from you guys and say, hey, I get it. It's working for me. And so I think those are the things that have been the most impactful for me. So did I get everybody that time? Okay. All right. So my computer is doing something weird. It's saying it's charging, but it's saying that it's not. So that's not true. But this is what I want to do. I want to, because I keep forgetting, because you guys keep doing this thing. You keep moving. And so it's not in order. It keeps bouncing around. And so yeah. So I want you to popcorn question. If you have another question, go ahead and get it. And I can hear you. And I'm here and I'm listening. So who's up next? To me.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
It's not guilty at all. Although it's plugged in. So if it drops for some reason, I'm gonna run into another room. But I'm ready.
What motivated you into starting your journey with Denim and Diamonds?
With Denim and Diamond, we had been Girl Scouts for quite some time, and it was wonderful. But there were certain limitations and guidelines and bylaws that we had to abide by. One of the main things that I remember was the spiritual component. They didn't want us to push the agenda of religion so heavily. Religion is so heavily a part of who Miss Hunter is. So I had to push who I was. So because of that, when you can't have free reign to do what it is that God has called you to do, then you have to create a space that will allow you to do so. So therefore, we launched out and we created D&D.
What are you most afraid of losing as the organization continues to grow?
The personal touch. The personal touch. I love being able to come over to Vakayo's house, honey, and check on her. How was the basketball game, girl? What's going on? Can I get y'all a cheeseburger? I'm gonna miss the personal touch as we continue to grow. And people always say the craziest things. Oh, it's gonna always stay the same. No, it's not. No, it's not. The reality of it is whatever you're in, if you're not growing, you're not living. If you're not living, you're not doing it of God. And God is I just think he grows us in areas where we can help more of his people, whether they know they're his people or not. We're all God's people. And so I just feel like I'm going to miss, if anything, that ability to be able to have 1,000 women who we're, mentoring. Let's say 2027, we got 1,000 women we're mentoring. Baby, there's no way I'm gonna be able to go to 1,000 women houses and check on them and check on daily at 1,000 women houses. I can't do it. I can't do it. And so it's not humanly possible. You know what I mean? That means that there's a Miss Hunter, and then there's a, Jamaria who can go and see because she's one of the interns. And there's a Kelsey that's going to go by because she's one of the interns. But I can't go. I want to go. I want to go because I love touching myself because I'm a personal toucher. Yeah. So that's what I'll miss the most.
So, if or when it does happen, would you want Denim and Diamonds to go into the next generation?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm looking at the founders right here. You guys are the next founders right here. You guys are the change right here. You guys are the change agents. You guys are the ones that's going to say, Miss Hunter started this thing, but I'm telling you, she was missing some stuff. I got it. I can take it from here to the next level. So yeah, I absolutely will want it to continue because our girls are going to continue to need this type of support, the type of workshops we offer that you can't really find anywhere else. The holistic approach we go, I pop up at y'all schools. Y'all know, y'all get that we have students over this time. And again, I won't call no names, but we've had several girls through this program, over 50 girls who've come through this program. I would be sitting up in the classroom somewhere looking like, and while you acting out and you can't hear this person, but you can come to the meeting and act like you got some sense. So, I like that personal touch. And so, yeah, I think it's necessary. I think it's necessary.
Okay, so are there any historical figures or past leaders in the organization that you feel like have inspired you? If so, why?
In this organization, any past leaders?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, it's so many, but I'll harp on Dr. Hazel Freeman. I think a lot of you guys have not gotten to meet her, but Dr. Hazel Freeman was the first African American female to be a professor at the University of Alabama, which is where I graduated the first time. And she's just a powerful woman of God. She's all about speaking life. She's all about her children. She's a powerful mom and grandmom. She was a powerful wife. You know what I mean? She's a powerful sister, in my opinion. And she's just an all-around person who has just contributed to Tower of Faith in so many ways. Just her presence, just her wisdom. And I have so much respect for that. Okay. We're popcorning.
What has been your biggest goal within the organization?
My biggest goal has been to make sure that we didn't ever lose sight of why we started and to stay with the mission to keep God at the forefront of this organization. That has been my biggest goal. We've grown a lot. We've come encounter with a lot of people, a lot of angry people, a lot of crazy situations, a lot of irate situations. I just always wanted to maintain a level of godliness that didn't look different than what I said the organization was. That's been one of my biggest goals. Okay.
Beyond just wanting to help youth girls, what perspective did you have that you could bring to addressing issues or anything that exists in like other organizations?
Okay. Well, growing up in Alabama, small town in Alabama, these type of resources that God afforded me to allow to bring to you guys um was not something that was available to me, right? Because it wasn't something that was thought of. You took care of your own house, you handled your own business, even though things were falling down, walls were falling down, the people were struggling and just having all these issues, right? You just kept your mouth quiet and you dealt with it. And so for me, I wanted to bring something different. I wanted to be an answer to a parent's prayer. I wanted to be the saving grace for the young girls of the group who needed someone. I wanted to be that other voice, that other sounding board, that advocate for you guys, because a lot of times you don't get to say it to your parents because we're sitting there being all parental and all knowing and not always listening, right? And I know you can't nod on here because your parents are probably going to see it. But I know, being a parent, I can say that we don't always get it right, and we don't always listen with listening ears. Sometimes we listen with our heart, and when you do that, you kind of get distorted just a little bit. And so I got a chance to be the outside. I got a chance to be the auntie, And so yeah, so absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. We have time for one more because I think we're out of time. Let me get one more, and then we're gonna be done. Okay.
Okay, Mrs. Hunter, what is one thing you'd like to improve within your organization?
One thing I would like to improve in the organization, first and foremost, is revenue. We have not done an amazing job with grant writing. We haven't done a great job in making sure we connect with corporate sponsorship. There's tons of money out there for nonprofit organizations, I'm told. I know that it has to be because people are launching organizations all over the universe. And so I know that folks are not doing it just because they are excited about helping. Okay. Let's just be realistic about it. I know for me, it's always been a driving force to be a servant agent to help to see some change. And so, one of the things I want to improve is I want to improve the way we walk into a room and we accrue funds and we secure revenue. That's one of the things that I want to do. I also want to make sure that as we are growing and as we're changing, we're not losing the scope of why we started, but we're still being impactful. We're being intentional with what we do and how we do. It's just that this part of what we do is changing. It just means that we're opening up for some other areas to be able to help another demographic. And just for the record, as we're closing out, yes, this will come to an end because you guys have grown up. Y'all driving the meeting right now. I mean, it's like I don't have any more diamond babies anymore. I have advisors at this point. I literally have grown folks at this point. I have licensed dailies at this point. Okay. So I have these type of folks who are in the program. And this is exactly what we wanted, right? You guys are functioning, you're high functioning, you're doing great things in your schools, in your communities, in your churches. This is what we wanted. This is exactly what we wanted. You guys are working. You get, I have straight A students on this line. I have GT students. I have intern students on this line. This is crazy to me. This is amazing. I have varsity players on this line. So for me to think that we're going to operate the same as we did when we were making crafts is crazy. And so since I feel like I'm not crazy, I feel like I'm one of those people that got allowed to have a little bit of sense. I get excited about where you guys are in life. And one of the things that I will share with you is that as you are aging out of D&D, as you're coming to a closing point in December, you're not going anywhere. Don't think you get away. I still want full access. I want to check on you and I want you to check on me. But the other thing is I want you to go and grow. I want you to take the intern. I want you to take the hours on the job. I want you to date. I want you to have all those experiences that you should have at the right appropriate time, okay? With your parents' support and their blessings. I want all of that because those are the natural stages of growing up and developing. And as you do that, and as you go away and do your great things in your prospective colleges and your prospective military bases and all the things, I want you to come back to Tower of Faith as a woman connected in faith. I want you to come back and be able to say, yeah, I went through a program when I was younger or whatever. Now that I'm an adult, now that I have these experiences, Miss Hunter was not crazy. I got to be real careful on these college campuses. She told me that. I want you to come back with that type of perspective, because now at this point, you have not only been tested in your walk in this life, you have a testimony, and you're able to help somebody else who's saying, I don't know why she keep telling me that I need to choose my friends wisely. I don't know why she keep telling me this and that. You'll be able to say, hey, let me talk to you real quick. I thought the same thing. But however, and so that's what this is. So this is one of those things. This is a cycle that continues. I thought I knew everything. And if your parents are older than me, some of them, they thought they knew everything. We all thought we knew everything. We knew nothing. And it's okay, because that was the natural order of how it goes. And then as you grow and you go, you come back and you're able to be of value to those that know you or those who admire you. And so that's all I ever wanted to be. I wanted to be of value to those who I met. I wanted to be impactful to those who I met, those who I knew, those who loved me, those who didn't love me, those who cared about it, those who didn't care about it. And one thing I wanted them to say, I don't like her, but you know what? I kind of respect her because she is, she decent, she consistent. And if you could do that, I'm not looking for friendships. I'm looking for queens. I'm not looking to be your buddy. I'm looking to build a winner. And if we can do that and y'all go and do all the things y'all doing, I'm like this right now. I'm like a little kid right now. I'm like this about all of y'all. Every time I see Daily driving, I'm like, oh, Kelsey clocked in at work. Oh, I said, is DJ gone? Is she gone on her internship? Oh, is Jamaria acting, modeling again? Oh, that's Vakayo, all those A's. Okay. Oh, Jessica got another job. What? Oh, another leadership opportunity, Jessica. Oh, is that Lauren on varsity? Oh, is that Kimberly? What is she doing? Oh, the pre-college girl. Oh, yeah, she's getting college credits. Oh, Lissa, what? Taekwondo, what? Oh, she's doing like 5, 6, 7,000 things. Swim team. Yeah. I get excited about that. In a time where we should be crying because everybody's talking about, y'all know how these kids are. Y'all know the conversations, right? Y'all know the conversations, right? Y'all know how this generation is. They ain't nothing like we used to be. Y'all killing the game. I respect it and I love it, and I have no regrets. It's been one of my biggest and greatest joys. You guys are such a blessing to me, and I thank you. Okay. Any final word? Because that's all I got. Because y'all not gonna make me cry tonight. Y'all not gonna make me cry tonight.
I just want to say, I love you guys so much. Y'all, we have grown so much in a long time. Like, from Girl Scouts to here, oh my goodness. And the family that we have built, and yes, I know it's not even fall yet, but oh my goodness. I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, it's coming to an end. But I know that we will all still be in touch. I love you guys so much.
We love you too.
Yes, we love you too.
Love you too, Jamaria. Like, just being here, having to have connections with all these wonderful people who are going to do wonderful things, and being able to say, yes, I know Miss Hunter, and being able to say, yes, I know Kelsey, yes, I know Jamaria, and just having these opportunities laid out in front of us, like, it's amazing and it's life-changing. And it's so empowering, and I'm really grateful that this organization was built and that we're able to be in the right place, in the right time, and in the right moment, and be put in touch with the right people so that we may be able to now go through this and just have this experience, because it is absolutely amazing and wonderful.
Awesome. It kicked me off. I promise I didn't go and cry. Okay. I promise I didn't, Daily. I see you looking at me. I did not. Okay. Well, listen, I didn't get all of it, Jamaria, and but I know you a crier too, so I'm gonna say thank you. I'm gonna say thank you. Where's Lauren? Is she still dry eyes? Okay, very good. Okay, we're good. Okay. Well, thank you, ladies, so much. You guys have an amazing night. Thank you for the time and the sacrifice, because I knew it's late, but you guys did so amazing, and I'm so grateful. I can't say that enough. Y'all have a good night.
You too. Have a good night.
You
Good
too.
night.
You too.
Y'all have a
Bye.
great
Bye,
night. Y'all
y'all.
have a blessed
Bye.
one.
Y'all too.
Bye.
Have a blessed night.
Y'all too. Have a blessed one.
Let me see.